Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of Common Sense titled Friends and Money. And I am live, actually live in studio tonight. Technology is such a beautiful thing that I don't have my camera crew with me here today, but we're connected, even though we're different parts of the country right now. And I'm still able to go live. So for all of your technological needs and solutions, don't forget to contact Virtual Solutions Guyana so that any emergency we can fix. And I want to shout out Lanzo, wherever he is right now, but I'm still able to go live. But tonight we want to conclude last week's episode. The conversation went for very, very long, about an hour and 50 minutes, and I thought it best to cut it and then show the concluding part this evening. And I want you guys to share the live stream, bring in your friends and bring in your family as we conclude last week's episode, and then I'll come back later on to do some discussions and a live giveaway of a special prize sponsored by Reminiscent GY. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and take it away, Lanzo. Friends and money. Do you find out from them, one, what you're borrowing the money for? Or do you feel like that is too much information? And Kiyoma mentioned that he's not really open about his finances. If you see a friend spending money recklessly, or in your mind recklessly, do you sit them down, hey, I think your values are changing and this is not who you are. I can see potential problems in the future if you continue to spend like this, because this life you're living, you really can't afford it. You might be living it for Instagram or for Facebook. Mm-hmm. Do you sit them down and talk to them and try to channel them in the right direction, or you just allow them to?
That's a hard conversation.
How do you go to your friend and be like, hey, you're spending too much money?
There's a way to do it too.
There's a way to say something in that if I find that there are things that would be beneficial to my friend's circumstance, like, hey, I think you should apply for this land, and to get that, you gotta have a down payment. So you should save and have. So when they call you, you have it. There's a different way of dealing, right. but because it requires an assessment, and people are very offended when you come to them about how they're spending their money.
I mean, I think
I probably would be too.
I think that's what I would say. Like, if a random
person,
well, not random person, but if you're like your friend, that's probably not like you. I mean, just come and be like,
no,
hey,
I'm talking about your close core friends.
Yeah,
I once did that. I once did that to one of my friends. I was like, hey, you think we're drinking too much? We're spending a lot of money on beers or alcohol? I was like, what do you think is cheaper? Therapy? As in going to see a therapist, or me actually drinking a beer? Because this here, I think it's cheaper. So I think I'd prefer to do this here instead.
Wow. I had that conversation with a friend, and a friend has had that conversation with me. So I was like, sis, you're spending like you're making a lot of money. What's going on? But at that time, she was going through something. That's why. So like, for me asking what's going on was better than me saying, hey, you're spending too much money, you need to get your act together. And that probably would not have gone well, right? And then for me, one of my friends was like, Elsie, don't spend no money for the month. You don't go nowhere. Just let me meet you inside your house. And I'm like, I agree. Home I will be. Because like, you've got to have people who are willing to check you. If they're not willing to check you, those people aren't your friend.
But I do have friends. I do have a friend who I have these very, very hard, raw conversations where it's like, yo, this is why I got to pay. This is why I owe. This is, time's hard, and we have that connection, and we are able to, you know, advise and guide each other and so on. So there are those persons, and they add a lot of value to your friendship.
But I would own up to say that I'm guilty. I don't always have the conversation, because I've seen like some of my friends probably spend above their means sometimes, and I know personally that, you know, they could do something better with the money. So I would say that I'm guilty of not having that hard conversation because I just didn't feel like it was my place, I guess. So I say I'm guilty of that, doing that at times. So I will not try.
I think there are times when if you might allow your friends to go above their means, but not on a repetitive basis.
Yes.
Well, I have a coworker. Well, technically not my coworker, but we work in the same environment. And the other day, he was saying to me, we ended up working together, and he said, oh my gosh, when we going out, when we get home. So I was like, I don't like going out, sorry. He's like, oh, he wants to go here and he wants to go there. But he wanted to go to this place for his birthday. And he said that the group of us are his new friends. And the amount was a big chunk that was gonna come out of your pocket if you did this thing with him. So I said, stop. Because I have an idea of how much he works for. And I said, can you afford this? And he stopped. He said, it's my birthday. I have to do it.
Is there an exception for a birthday? Once a year.
There's an exception. However, I asked him, I said, when you get back from this birthday, can you live until the next
YOLO. No, I'm kidding.
He's like, no, hear what he said to me.
Maybe you needed to tell him, work towards it, like set aside money each month to.
Here's what he said to me that made me realize a lot of people are doing this. He said, no, I need to show the haters that I'm doing well.
Oh, I'm not living for the haters, no.
You are not. You are not doing well. The minute you have to prove to people that you're doing well, you're not. Mm-hmm. You're not. And he looked at me and he started getting upset. He started breathing hard. I said, listen to me. Breathe, inhale, exhale, and you're going to listen to me, because I had assessed him already. And I said, listen to me. Do you have an application in housing? No. I said, what are you waiting for?
She's a friend with me.
She does a reality.
Miracle.
Exactly. I told this boy, I said, so you plan on getting a house or you plan on renting your whole life? He said, well, like, the money for this trip? I said, listen to me. When you go home for your 28 days, when you come back the next time, I would like to hear that your application is in housing, or we're not friends. I can't have you as a friend if you going nowhere with your life. He started breathing again. I said, breathe, because I'm finished. I said, he showed me this outfit, like, went in this phone, he was like, wow, the man gonna make this, and this thing is like 60,000. Stop.
That's why the president
No, but I think that there has to be balance too. Like,
you can look good. And I said, let me put you onto some sites online. You could look good, and you're wearing the same thing the whole again and wearing, right? But they can think that, ooh, this is a high-end thing. But you just get it from in a little corner on the internet that other persons would get their stuff from, that would just make you look not like your situation. So I started talking to him and I said, you never had this conversation with any of your close friends before? He's like, no, I gotta show them I do better than them. I'm like, okay, you got me this thing again. We don't have to show.
I have one thing to say, and this is how I try to spend money as well too. I think it's Jay-Z said it, or somebody said it. But a principle of, if you can't buy something twice, you can't afford it. That's how I try to see things, right? If you gotta struggle to buy this thing at this point in time, and you know that you can't buy it twice or even 3 times. It depends on how you want it.
That depends on if it's a need or a want.
no, but wants are okay too, though, because you're working. Are you just working to pay bills? Are you just working to put all your money in the bank? The bank is gonna take a risk with your money and make more money, and you'll still be in the same place. So for me, I celebrate my birthdays, but I set aside the money to do so that after my birthday, I'm not in a situation where I can't pay my rent, I can't buy my food, whatever. But I would never tell a person, don't celebrate or don't do this thing. I would say, find a way to do it in such a way that afterwards you can still meet your obligations.
That's what we did. I found alternatives because I'm like,
but I don't feel like your celebration should cause other people to expend themselves. Like why? Why is it? How is it your birthday?
And
everybody gotta come in with like
for themselves. You mean?
Yeah.
It
Why
depends.
should I spend on you for my birthday? I should be the one.
Well, it's different. That's different.
how?
I feel
But if you're taking a birthday trip and you say to your friends, hey, I'm doing this for my birthday, do you guys want to come along? And they want to come?
That's different.
That's
different.
There's
That's
different
when
buckets,
they're able to save and plan and so on. But how do I come up with this idea that, you know what, for my birthday, I want to go to ROI. And it's going to cost everybody $30,000 to go to ROI. And I want 10 friends come. And I'm going to be like, hey, guys, my birthday's in a week. Each year, we're going to ROI. Each year, I got to find 30 grand to pay. I just find that
No, I think that's fine. They can say no.
Oh.
They can say no.
No.
They might convince you that, hey, we should go to ROI, bro. We gotta vote.
Let's go.
It's so funny that you might say that. Wow, that's very
You might
accurate.
say no to the 30,000, and then next day you post on Instagram, you went to Yeezy for 500,000.
But
How would you feel as a friend?
man,
I just told you couldn't afford the 30. But yet
you don't know how I got those Yeezys.
I wouldn't feel a way because it's his money. Everybody's entitled to spend their money how they want to. The part that I don't agree with is not saying it to your friends. For example, last year for my birthday, I wanted to do a Kite Falls trip. So at the start of the year, I made my birthday calendar and I was like, oh, these are the activities that I want to do for my birthday. If you see any that you want to come along with, feel free. No pressure.
Yeah.
So some of them actually came and we did the kite tour trip together. And they were happy that they did it, but I'm not going to force them to do
Some friends expect, hey, if you're my friend, you have to.
That's a different level. I ain't pressuring my friends nor nobody's son.
So off record,
And they would
the
literally.
guy wanted us to go to Kite Falls and then come back and spend the night at Marriott.
Sounds wonderful.
You keep listening to the Lord, and you're gonna be good. You gotta plan for it.
on a lighter side, as we begin to wrap up the conversation, 2 quick questions. 1, I'm still on this birthday thing because I have heard of issues that this may have caused in friendships. For your birthday, I buy you a gift worth $100,000.
Oh God! Oh my Lord!
My birthday, thank you. You buy me a gift worth a Lucozade. Should the friend feel offended? Is that a cause for the end of life?
Let's not be fake about this, please. Let's take the fact that we're all
I don't
human,
want us to be fake at all.
right? Let's take the fact that we're human and we have feelings, especially when you've already spent $100,000 on this friend. So, good. I'm just
The
saying.
human side of me would be offended.
Okay.
Of course, like you're crazy.
But you might have 100,000 to spend, but does that friend have 100,000?
Exactly.
It's not
goes
just
beyond
about
that.
me spending 100,000 on you.
what?
It's about me putting effort into getting you something that you'll appreciate, and you must know.
But I see you drinking Lucozade all year, so I say you really like.
Am I gonna appreciate it as a birthday gift?
Exactly.
But on the flip side, I have 3 lawyer friends, right? We in a group, we good. Now the 4 of us would celebrate each other's birthday, whereby the one doesn't cover anything. You don't pay for nothing for your birthday, whatever they plan. So they hijack the day.
Don't pay for
They don't pay. So they will throw up this big lavish party, invite all these people, and then you don't pay for nothing. You can't even ask questions about. Just say, what you want. You get the list, get them the list, and they plan, right? So when it comes around for one of them, he's like, I don't want y'all to do anything for me. Don't do nothing for me. He's like, buy me a book. He's like, get me a birthday card. And one year, we literally had to break into his office. I just decorated with balloons just so that we feel like we were doing something for him.
I mean, like, if you have space for like one more person in a group, I mean, if he doesn't want to be a part,
lawyer, marketing, yeah, I could just...
Shout out to those friends.
It's easy to feel bad, but I think it depends on what's behind the gift. For example, within my friends group, for this year, they threw me a party. That was at Marriott. And it was a really nice party. I appreciated it, whatever. Another friend in the group, birthday was coming up. I'm like, okay, y'all knew what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to just have my friends together and whatever. And they got me an outfit. And when I saw the outfit, I was like, this outfit can't go where y'all initially wanted to take me. This outfit has to go to Marriott instead. And they were laughing because secretly they were planning to take me to Marriott. There was this other friend, when her birthday came up, we were like, oh, what do you want to do? And she was like, I just want to go to lunch. I just want to do something very chill, very low key. So I feel like if you know where the gift is coming from, if it's a Lucozade with a good intention or a sentiment attached to it, then I would not take offense to that.
So it also goes back to your value system, right? So like the example I just gave, my friend, he expresses to us, he's like, don't buy anything for me because you either can't afford it or it's not something I'm gonna like, right? He's like, get me a birthday card or buy me a book. And that's all like he could. Like his last birthday,
Really?
yeah, I'm telling you, we all had to buy him a card, like a birthday card, and we all had to get him a book. 1 year for his birthday, he's like, nobody don't buy me anything. Y'all come by me, cook some egg curry, and get some lime drink. And that was it for his birthday. Some swang.
Yeah, because for me, it's more than just buying something expensive. It's understanding the person and what they appreciate. Because for me, a simple example, my wife, she would probably throw a party every year for my birthday. And it's easier because my brother, we twins, so his wife and her would come together, throw that party. But when it's her birthday, she does not like those things. She doesn't want a big party, whatever. She'd more prefer, hey, come to church and you do a little same thing, a Thanksgiving or something simple. That is what she's happy with. She does not want, she prefers the sentimental stuff, like a photograph thing or some family thing. She does not want the big extravagant thing. But I would prefer, hey, a big party, let's have a big party. And that would expense her. But she doesn't feel a way now that I don't have to spend a lot on her. I don't think, it's understanding the person, and that is what
I learned that
important.
the hard way too, because
like a part of a relationship that I was part of.
one of many.
One of the things was like, because the person knew that I liked expensive things, right? So it was very easy to shop for me, all right? Like, oh yeah, I like this. Okay, good. I covered already.
I like perfumes better.
Yeah, I love perfumes. I love perfumes. Like, you could buy me perfumes any day, all right? So it's very easy. So coming back on the flip side, when it's that person's birthday now, I am bursting my brain thinking, oh God, what do I get this person? So there was a time when I went and got the person a very expensive something, thinking, this is it. Case closed. There's no way that she's not gonna like this, right? And turns out it wasn't as wowing in my head that I thought it would have been. All right, and then it made me now circle back and be like, okay, you were thinking for you.
Aye.
You know?
Will Smith did that for Jada, planned a big party,
And she was
had
Exactly.
Mary J. Blige. She's like, send these people home.
Yeah, exactly. So
Sometimes we end up thinking
Of buying a gift for someone else, but thinking about ourselves. And most times, it's not what the person wants. And I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you have to learn with your friends. Like, I have this close friend every year for her birthday, and her birthday is right in September. So I'm glad y'all talk, because I just remembered. So I get her a helium-filled balloon, a rose, and a card from Hallmark. I love Hallmark cards. And one day she was at the hairdresser because she followed another friend. And I went. I was like, where are you? Because sometimes she forgets and I pop up and surprise her. So I went and I carried the thing. And the hairdresser can tell me, people still give people cards? I was like, is it for you or for her? Like, you have to know. Because she saw that card and every year it never gets old. This girl's cry when I bring this thing. Like, she doesn't know it's coming. These girls cry every year. So it depends on what the person likes. You have to know what your friend likes. She won't want, if I buy something expensive, she can ask me, and what I can do with it? I could get something for school with the money, or I could get this. So it depends on what the person likes.
Yeah.
Final question. Touched on this in my intro. When you actually go on these dates, to the bar, to the club, wherever you go, how do you split the bills? Because let's say we go to a Marriott for dinner, I might decide to buy an egg ball. Marriott sells egg ball.
It might not be called it.
Yeah. The egg ball, yes. Yeah.
Right? And that costs $1,000. You decide to buy steak, salmon, whatever it is, costing $15,000. The bill comes to $16,000. You're looking at me. Even though my thing is worth. How do you navigate that splitting of the bill? Or should the bill be even split, or should you pay for what you ordered and I pay for what I ordered?
I think it depends.
I think it does depend.
It depends. It's not just so straight.
One, so it goes back to the unwritten rule. One, it depends on who you go with.
Yes.
It depends on who initiated the event. Personally, for me, if I go out with persons who I don't, if I feel like
You think that it like that?
if I feel like I make more money than them, I will put more. Like if you go out, there are persons who will take the lead on placing the order. You're like, all right, let's order this, let's order this. Well, automatically,
You go. Take it.
Exactly. Right? So there's that, but then it also depends, if you go with a female who you're interested in, you should.
No, what he done with me?
I always ask the question. No, I
Okay,
ask
yeah.
the question to be clear. Even if you like me, I say, who paying? Before we go out.
Oh my
No,
God.
I ask because I don't want to be in an awkward situation.
For me, asking can make it awkward. No, but for me, I don't ask. I just walk with my money to be able to pay. I don't call it vex money,
No,
but
you
I
need
walk
to know
with the money.
how much vex money to pay with, because
No, if I know the place that we're going to, I check out the menu in advance. I don't go anywhere blind. If I know we're going to Marriott, I bring in Marriott money.
Okay.
You know.
I've been fortunate enough.
To have, or what should I say, meet ladies that actually want to
pay? Are they older than you? Are they cougars?
Well, okay, so wow. Well,
I know you answer this question.
no,
You don't need to answer, bro. You don't need to answer.
they are older. That's fine. That's fine.
Are you financially wiser than you?
I went
More
recently.
financially stable?
I went out for a friend's birthday recently, and you got the invitation for the birthday. So in my mind, I was kind of thinking, okay, it's at a dinner place, so the menu was sent. The first thing that popped in my head was the question I always ask. So I said, are you a big group of persons? I have been in situations where I went out with big groups. I walk with vex money for me and a little extra. And then persons ordered what they didn't walk with. And then you left
You having to put
Yeah.
you gotta take out a bank card now to
you can't
swipe
want someone that-
for people who counting
with
as
a
what I
big
was
group,
telling you.
it's definitely tricky.
Good. So it's a big, it was a
Yeah.
big group. So I'm like, you pay for us, sir. We paying, because those things can cause rifts in your friendship and it's squabbles. And in our family, one thing that we always say that we grew up hearing is that I'd rather lose a friend than lose a friend and my money.
Yeah.
True.
No, so somebody said something earlier.
It's like a rule as well. If you plan something for a friend who has a birthday event, the person doesn't pay.
Yeah, you gotta
That
pay for the
person doesn't
birthday
pay.
person.
Everybody else
Of course.
pays for themselves, and they
And the
add
birthday
extra to the
person,
birthday
yeah.
person.
But
Well,
one of the
that's
things
a
that I'm
good one.
realizing that causes a problem too is that people don't cater for tax and the service charge. charge.
And
It's
the
true.
service charge is ridiculous.
Yes.
tip.
So, some people. Yeah, and the tip.
The truth, yeah.
No, for Mario.
Yeah.
Sorry, for big places. I know very true. For big places, if it's more than 10
Marriott,
people,
feel free to
it's a
sponsor Common Sense.
15% service charge. It's a
And if
big
you go with
group.
a big
Group. And people ordering salmon and steak. The 50% looking very big.
I learned that the hard way for my birthday a few weeks ago. If you saw the picture on Facebook, I went to about 13 friends.
That was
and I had the intention of paying for everything.
Hey.
you had the intention.
The intention.
Okay.
When I saw the bill,
But that was about 10 people you had.
Idea.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Need I say no more?
But I think it depends on who you're going out with. If I'm going out with my core friends, like we usually type in the WhatsApp group, like,